October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and Power Your Life supports all efforts to stomp out bullying from our lives. When will it stop, and how do we stop it are the tough questions. Here to talk more about this growing epidemic is anti-bullying coach and the author of The Power Within Me, Teresa Wright. Welcome, Teresa. How are you?
Thank you, Joanne. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. You've actually been bullied for a lot of your life, and you were in a very difficult marriage where your husband, your ex-husband, was a bully. Tell us a little bit about what that was like.
It was tough. Individual does not understand the full effects that they are going through as they're going through them until the time comes where they stop to realize their life has been in a cocoon and completely self-destructive, depressed, and lonely. The breakthrough is overcoming the bullying, and then you understand what your life really can be and will be.
And the way that you got out of it, how did you finally get the courage to leave that situation, to leave your marriage, Teresa?
For many years, my father, who I was very close to, he talked to me about issues he could see. But someone that's in a relationship, and I really want to stress this, someone that's in a relationship that is full of bullying, you turn your back to that. You don't understand what exactly you're going through, And my father would bring up many points to me, but as an adult, of course, I thought I knew better. When he became terminally ill, I took care of him as well as with my mom. And I would be over there taking care of him. And I would receive phone calls that wanted to know when the supper was going to be made, when the laundry was going to get done, the house getting cooked.
From your husband you're talking about, right?
This was actually from...
phone calls from your husband?
This is from my significant other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it hit home plate at that point in time that all of this time I had been being bullied, and how I can overcome it. And really, I gained the strength from my father, who eventually, unfortunately, passed away. And after his death is when I cut all ties, and I reconnected with myself and understood what life was truly all about.
Good, because many women, especially women, I think there could be men and women that are in bullying relationships, but oftentimes women have the difficulty of actually leaving and being able to move on, or even, as you were talking, recognizing when they're being bullied or ignoring it, or maybe just in denial like you were. What do women need to do, Teresa, to actually get the strength to leave a bullying relationship?
Understand that life is a grand thing. A lot of issues that stop people from moving on is security, financial security, the feeling of being alone, the feeling of starting a life all over again. But I want you to know that you need to reconnect with yourself. And it's not as scary as it may seem. The life that I have gained since I have overcome the bullying process is just absolutely amazing. And that is the reason I became the anti-bully coach. I want to help individuals understand how to overcome it, and it's a step-by-step process. By no means will I tell you it's going to be as quick as the light switch, but it takes some time, it takes some courage, it takes definite
commitment and commitment, right? And you're going to be there for a lot of women, so that's great. You also work with bullying that takes place in the workplace. What kind of bullying occurs there, and what do you do to help that?
Bullying can take place from upper management. It can take place from your fellow workers. I went through a lot of workplace bullying as well. I would wake up and just despise my life. I would despise going to work because I knew what I was going to face. Some of the things I did, I would walk around with my head hung. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't look at anybody, but they still attacked me. And I almost believe that that was their target. I became their target because I was so weak and they felt so strong.
So now you work with people, and you're actually doing something in the workplace, whether it's policy making or making upper management aware. What do you actually do with them to change policy and to change bullying that's happening in the workplace? Now that you've moved past being bullied and you're in an empowered state.
Absolutely. I am. I want everyone to understand that you have a voice, and your voice can carry to give you more strength. I work with the companies to help them understand where their bullying is coming from. They need to put in a policy, and I have got the feedback from some companies that says we have a harassment policy in place. Harassment and bullying are two different things. So I try to educate them on the difference of the harassment versus the bullying so that they can understand their employees are actually going to be on medical leave. It's going to cost them that. It's going to cost them days off to where they don't have the employee there to function. So I really stress what it can create in the workplace to the company head so that they can understand that we've got to stop this.
So what you're saying is that what they need to understand is not only that bullying is problematic for the person or persons being bullied, but it can cost the company financially and also cost the company in terms of labor and in terms of moving forward, in terms of productivity, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, your kids went through bullying with you. They weren't being bullied, but they watched it. And what are you doing to kind of make amends with that? And what have you done?
First off, I want to let everyone know your children sees so much more than what you think they do. I would actually grab my children and I would move them into another room, or I would try to always wrap them up like I was their protective blanket from this. This went on for many years. And my children, I thought, wasn't seeing, wasn't hearing. They were blind to it all until they got older and I got out of the relationship. At that point in time, they talked to me in detail of many, many situations over the years that they had witnessed and the feelings that they had, to the point where it made me feel less of a mother for a while because I let that happen.
And you know what? You're actually making amends today and apologizing to them because you told me that. Teresa Wright, you're wonderful and you're doing a great job. Thanks for being here. Power Your Life will be right back. Ahead, find out what's hot for next week. Before we go, I'd like to leave you with my PowerPoints for the week. Bullies come in all shapes, ages, and sizes, and so do the victims. It's up to all of us to join together to stop bullying and to stop cyberbullying in our schools, our homes, and communities, online and on the job. How can you help? Stand with us to speak out and raise awareness to end bullying now. Educate your children to respect differences and what bullying behavior really looks like. And be watchful in your community. Speak out if you see bullying taking place. My bully-free book exposes the real truth from those who've been bullied and their families about its horrifying outcomes and also the amazing strength and courage to overcome it. Thanks for being with us today. Next week, Mike Carbonaro, the Pop Doc, is back to show us collector items in your home, basement, attic, or garage that's possibly worth a fortune. Find out about the money that's hiding in your home, and remember, you have the power to power your dreams and power your life.